so we can go whenever you're ready.
Give me 1 second, I'll fire it up.
Yeah, one of my hands is stacked.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to your weekly dose of garbage and, more garbage. This week on the Jank podcast, it's Ryan and Josh, as usual.
Hey guys, what's up?
So, we're talking about some different things than we usually would this week.
We're actually gonna talk about we're actually gonna ape on some. We're actually gonna talk about a format that we actually, as a podcast, don't really talk about super often this week.
It's because I've been kind of hooked on it lately.
Well, and I mean, you just played an open. You just played an open with it, so in that format, so it's completely understandable.
Yeah. Of course, we're talking about Legacy, which I think is a format that Josh himself would probably really like if he actually had a chance to play it for real.
Here's the problem with Legacy. Duels are expensive.
I actually had 2 people lend me duels for the day so I could play them on Saturday.
It was actually kind of sick. Yeah, you were actually telling me about that beforehand, and I thought that was really cool.
I mean, Tyler and Aaron, they're really cool guys.
Yeah.
So to preface this, because you can go on the Leaving a Legacy Twitch channel and watch the VOD.
Yep.
I was not playing a real deck, or at least what I would consider a real deck. I mean, others can consider it what they want, but I'm trying to think of the least offensive thing I can say that is relevant to what I'm getting at here.
I have some questions upon it.
So basically, what I'm saying here is that I played a deck that is a modern deck, but I ported it to Legacy and said, let's have a good time. It's also a Pioneer deck. I'm talking about Emery Ascendancy. Hey Josh, can you tell everyone what Emery Ascendancy is?
Emery Ascendancy is this, well, living up to our name, this is kind of janky combo deck in the modern, usually in the modern format, but, Ryan's being Ryan, and...
Are you guys streaming?
We're doing a podcast, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ryan's being Ryan and, doing what he usually does and playing stuff where it doesn't belong. And he's playing...
It doesn't belong.
Well, I'm sure the people sitting across from you this weekend had some thoughts to you playing Jeskai Ascendancy in your Legacy deck this weekend.
I mean, they definitely had questions.
But anyway, what this is this is a combo deck using Jeskai Ascendancy. What Jeskai Ascendancy has a lot of text on it. I'm actually gonna bring it up. So what Jeskai Ascendancy says, and this Esper Stacks opponent has like all terrible cards in their deck, and now I'm understanding why they weren't doing anything. But anyway,
I mean, they also could just be Esper Control.
No, they're playing Tithe Taker.
They also could just be bad and playing cards they own.
Yeah, that is entirely possible. But anyway, Jeskai Ascendancy reads the following. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Untap those creatures. Whenever you cast a non-creature card, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. So, you can do some cheeky bullshit with this. Obviously. So Emery taps to let you sack cast an artifact. Guess what? Guess what most artifacts are? Non-creature spells. So you take those non-creature spells, you cast them with him. You cast them by tapping Emery. Jeskai Ascendancy says when you cast those cards, you untap Emery, and then you just cast it again. So you pretty much loop you loop moxes or other zero mana artifacts like baubles. You can do this with also with two versions of the same moxen or something, anything like that.
I mean, depending on if it's a legendary moxen,
Well,
but yes.
well, yeah, well, in Legacy, the moxens are legendary. So, thank God. But what?
I'm a moron.
But basically, you just loop that forever. You make infinite mana. You can draw your entire deck if you want. But the best thing about that is you don't have to draw your entire deck. And you just make a infinitely big Emery. And if you have Fate Stitcher in there, you can also untap your lands to make double infinite mana. And you can tap all your opponent's permanents in the meantime. It is cheeky as hell, and Ryan loves it.
I mean, I wouldn't say loves it, but it did the job.
I mean, you won some matches.
I was undefeated until round 4.
I mean, that's better than nothing. Like that's gotta count for something.
So I guess I'll just kind of take you guys through at least the first 3 rounds, because the rest of the day was a little pointless. So like round 1, I'm sitting down, like, and I recognize the person I'm playing against. Like, he's kind of friends with one of my friends. Oh, I kind of know who you are. This is cool. And so we sit down, and then he just, I usually see him playing like 4-color, like Imperial Painter pile thing. I say Painter, but it might not even be Painter. Usually it's just got Imperial Recruiter.
Yep.
And so I just assumed that he was going to be on something like that. I was super wrong. My man was on Manaless Dredge.
I mean, there is something. Yeah, Manaless Dredge is a thing.
It is. It was just like, was not the thing I was expecting.
Yeah.
And so, like, we're playing, and like game 1, he combo kills me. I died real fast. Then like game 2, I did the weirdest play I've ever done in this deck. Like, I didn't combo kill him or anything, right? He had only a prize amalgam play because Tormod's Crypt has been away, and he had nothing else he could do.
Yeah.
I had an Emery and a Teferi. Every turn I'd activate Emery and recast a Walking Ballista to block the prize amalgam and shoot him. And so I just looped this for like however long I needed to, and I'd win the game. He conceded as soon as he saw that this was going to happen.
I mean, you said like after like what, like 5 turns, he was like, "Yeah, I get what's going on."
Yeah, it even might have been like 2. It was very quick. Like, he just caught on. He was like, "Oh, yeah, we're not doing this." So then, like, that was round 1. Round 2, because I went up to one of the TOs in between rounds, Jerry, and I was like, "Hey, Jerry, I sent you a tweet this morning. I wanted to let you know I won my first match." Jerry, hearing this, goes, "All right." And so, I'm sitting there. I'm about to go check out pairings, and then I hear over the loudspeaker, feature matches for round 2 from table 2. Then he called my name, and I was like, "Well, shit, we're doing it." So now here I am. I'm walking over to the feature match area, and they tell me I'm the on-camera like main feature match for this round.
Yep.
I meet my opponent. He's a super nice guy, and like can't say enough good things about him. And I had a great time. And we both made the joke that we were the reason we were at the feature match table. If you can't tell, we were both playing nonsense.
I mean,
literally, I went back and watched it. On commentary, Jerry says, "This is what I like to call the troll match of the day."
Yeah.
And it was.
I mean, it was. It completely was.
He was. So my opponent was playing a deck that it's an old Legacy deck. It's called Most. And I saw in chat someone had actually described what the abbreviation Most means. It was like Mareki opposition something.
It basically stands for 4 cards that he wasn't even playing anymore.
He was playing one of them.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, he was playing one of them. He wasn't playing. Yeah, he wasn't playing most of them.
He was playing Mareki, who was like an Esper commander from back in the day. So like game 1, I did my combo and just like told him, I was like, I'm gonna find a walking ball, I'm gonna shoot you to death. We're good. We demonstrated the loop a few times so stream could see it, and then move on to game 2. Game 2, I lost, and proudly to say, I lost to my opponent having a Fauna Shaman, grabbing a Sanctum Prelate, and naming 0 as the CMC we cannot cat.
Yeah, that seems like a thing you cannot beat.
This is also, by the way, after we had already, he already had a Collector Oof in play.
Yeah.
And for some reason in my brain, I didn't bring in Swords to Plowshares here. And I had also seen he had 0 basics through the first, 2 games.
Yeah.
So I switched my sideboarding and brought in Blood Moon and Swords Plowshares, and then just, game 3, he's like, play Quarian Ranger, go. I'm like, EOT, Swords of Quarian Ranger. Land, go. Swords of Collector Roof.
Because he was like, why did you Swords the Curian Ranger? And then it was like, oh, that's why.
And I had an Emery at this point, and I had milled 1 Swords to Plowshares.
Yeah.
So he was like, oh, there's no way you have another one. And then I had it.
Yeah.
And then I told him after the match, I was like, yeah, I only have 3 in my board today. And I milled 1 and drew 2.
Fantastic. I mean, sometimes you just have all the copies of a card in your deck at the same time.
Yeah, I hit it all and then comboed him. And then, the last match that I had on camera, it was my last win, too. I played against a guy who's known locally as being pretty good. Excuse me. His name's Chris Allen. He's a very, very good player.
Yep.
Him and I were the backup feature match on table 1. And we were in game 3. I had won game 2.
Yep.
And so I was on the draw, and then we're in this game where it's like, if you watch it, the guy brainstorms 3 times in a turn.
Love it.
He has a flip Delver. All I have is a Sigh.
Oh, no.
And then I'm double blocking his Delver, and then he abrades a token
Right.
to kill the other Thopter and not lose his Delver. I'm just like, this is not gonna end well.
Yeah.
This is very bad.
Yeah.
And so when I say that I started out 3-0, I did win in what I consider to be one of the most impressive things I could have done. Basically what had happened is my opponent did his thing. He attacked me with the Delver for a turn. I drew a Jeskai Ascendancy, so I played Jeskai Ascendancy. Pass, take another hit, I'm down to 7.
Yep.
Now, lucky for me, he hasn't drawn a land yet, because Blue-Red Delver, or not a land, he hasn't drawn a Bolt or any burn spell yet. Blue-Red Delver plays a lot of burn spells. I draw, I hit a Mox Amber, and I have a land in hand, so I'm like, cool, play the Mox Amber, trigger, Ascendancy, trigger Sigh, make a Thopter, loot, draw another Mox Amber. I'm like, cool, pitch the land, and play the other Mox Amber. Then I have 2 Thopters, and I was like, cool, attack with my Sigh for 3, just go ahead. Then he draws, looks at his hand, and says, attack with play Swift Spear, attack with Delver and Swift Spear. So I just double block the Delver, because I don't care about a Swift Spear. It's a 1/2.
Yeah.
He has a card in hand.
Mm-hmm.
All set. I don't need to worry about that. So I trade my Thopter for a Delver, I take 1, I'm at 6. I then play second Jeskai Ascendancy Emery.
Oh, no.
And I said go. So I have a card in hand at this point. I draw for turn, now I have 2. Because he just drew a card and passed. So he has 1 card and I have 2. I activate Emery and target a 0-drop in my graveyard. He tanks finally he's like, I'm gonna bolt your Emery. I'm like, in response, I Hydroblaster Bolt, and I win the match because I Hydroblasted a Lightning Bolt.
Love it.
But the interesting choice I made on that deck, and this is the thing I actually want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I chose not to play Force of Will.
Yeah, I was looking at your list, and you have you have some blue cards, but you don't have a ton of blue cards, to be fair.
So I was playing Force of Will beforehand, and I was able to cast it reliably. It was very fine.
Yeah.
The reasoning why comes back to a conversation Tyler and I had where we agreed that my deck is trying to assemble a mass density of cards.
Yeah.
And playing Force of Will where you're pitching, like you're 2-for-1ing yourself every time you want to spell,
Yeah.
it's not where you want to be.
Oh, yeah, no,
And
it's
so
not.
we played a new card from Throne of Eldraine in my sideboard instead, which was actually really good. And I think people should be playing more in Legacy.
You mean Mystical?
Y'all can tell me I'm nuts. It's Mystical Dispute.
The list has it main.
Yep.
And so you were playing... You said in the sideboard.
Oh. No, I'm saying people should be playing in their sideboards at least. I was main decking for.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. It's a one blue mana. It's a one blue mana leak to fight the counter wars that you need to fight.
Or the best way to describe it, it's a 1 blue counter spell to spike a Forcible off its head.
Mm-hmm. That is exactly what that card does.
It did its goddamn job too.
Fantastic. Well, so you ended up like what 4? Like, did you end up 3-4? Yeah.
I did not win another match after that.
I mean that's fine. Like,
I literally wanted to win a match that day. I won a match. It's over the moon.
I mean, you won 3 in a row, so that's like more than something.
Right. Like I was very happy with how I did. I could have cared less.
Yeah. No, that's perfectly fine. Well, I mean, as we stated earlier, Legacy's not super a format that I've super dabbled in. I have played in one of the Leaving a Legacy opens before.
They're fun.
Yeah, I played one back in March. Actually, I played Ryan's mono red prison list to a very dismal 2-5 finish. And that's like my that's pretty much all of the Legacy tournament experience that I have.
So the big other reason I want to talk about Legacy mostly, besides my dumb stories from yesterday, is I kind of just want to talk about like the fact that cards from Standard are making a giant impact.
I mean,
it's surprising.
If we just think about the last year, we have I mean, even in Vintage, Teferi, like Narset's making a huge impact in Vintage in Legacy. Karn's been restricted in Vintage. I don't know if he's doing anything in Legacy.
Format Karn?
Yeah.
Sorry, Karn the Great Creator.
Karn the Great Creator.
Yeah, he's doing stuff.
Because
he's evolved to playing him so they can lattice lock people.
Yeah, I mean that's reasonable. That's a block piece that's harder to break out of. You can get the Snaring Bridge out of the board. Like you have 5 copies of your artifact lock pieces in the main deck. Exactly. just by having it. So like if you have 3 Ensnaring Bridges, 1 on the board, and 4 Karns, you effectively have 7 copies of it in your main deck. And Mono Red Prison is known for a lot of things. One of them is not card advantage. Like that 7 that you have in your opening hand, it better be good enough.
I mean, who knows? It might be good enough.
No, but you know what I mean. Like, it better be good enough because, like, that's how the deck operates. Like, you draw like you draw like 3 cards, but you better have a cohesive plan with what you have.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. Legacy's expensive as hell. Actually, all the people playing Legacy right now are super terrified of Pioneer because they feel like Pioneer's just going to replace Legacy in a lot of cases.
In which I don't think it is.
I'm not sure if it would, if it will. Honestly, I don't like. It's not. I don't really think it would. There's a lot of reasons why I don't think it would, because like these people who've been playing Legacy have been playing Legacy forever. Those people who are playing Legacy now are not going anywhere, and that's the main reason
Right.
why I'm not super worried about it.
I also just think like I don't know the people who are playing Legacy, even if Legacy becomes, they're still gonna find a way. Like leaving a Legacy podcast is still gonna be a thing. There's still gonna be a scene for it. There's like leaving a Legacy will still host events.
Yeah,
Like if you like, obviously no one really knows what happened at the event yesterday unless you were there. Yesterday's event was just like a good old time of nonsense and fun. Like that's all it was.
yeah, it's completely understandable, and like there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with that. But
Well, like we literally to explain it, like there was a costume contest. There was a lookalike contest for one of the hosts, where if you won the lookalike contest, you got a dual land.
yeah,
Like it was very nonsense, and it was like it just kind of showed me that like it's its own community, and even if Wizards were to stop sanctioning it, it doesn't matter.
yeah. I think the problem with it just is like the affordability problem super real, and like there's not really a good solution to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean after that, and it's kind of has the same problem that Popper used to have. It doesn't have as much anymore, but Blue dominates the format because it has like that free counter spell.
And the funny part is sometimes Force isn't even that good.
Yeah, if it's not. I mean, if you're playing against playing against another Force deck, Force isn't good.
A lot of people end up cutting it.
Yeah, yeah,
I
there
haven't
are.
grasped that concept yet. I usually keep it in. Or forget to register it altogether.
I mean, to be fair, the two decks you've played in the last two opens were artifact-based combo decks that. I mean, yours realistically could play it, but the one last time, Citadel Storm, I don't think it could have realistically played it.
Oh, I couldn't. I mean, to be fair, when I said forgot to register it, I mostly was talking about the legal. I'm playing a deck that absolutely should be playing Force of Will, and for some forgot to put it in the deck.
What are you playing on? What are you playing on Moto right now?
I'm playing Esper Control.
There's just Force should definitely be in that. Oh my god.
No, really? You think, Josh?
Just a little bit.
You think I should be playing the card Force of Will?
Just a bit.
Maybe.
Just a suggestion.
I don't like your suggestions, John.
Toro. But yeah.
It was an accident. I didn't even notice until now. I was playing a match and I like went to the sideboard and I was like, huh, where are my Force of Wills?
Did you pay for a league?
Yeah.
Oops. Well, that's either A, money that's going in the garbage, or B, you better get lucky, I guess.
I mean, the bright side is the deck is basically Esper Miracles.
Yeah. I mean, you have an Adanta, Adamant, whatever the name of that. Aminatu. You literally you're going hard.
So I was doing it so I could play Drown in the Loch.
I mean, fair.
And I guess that's the reason I forgot to register Force. I was like, Drown in the Loch, good in Legacy. I don't need Force of Will. And I'm like, no, actually, fun fact, you do.
Yeah. Yeah, but also, but let's get back on topic a bit more. Sorry. So we were talking Mystic Sanctuary. We're even seeing Vantress Gargoyle make a splash.
That one's surprising, and like I called Zach on his BS when he was trying to tell me it was good.
I mean, like Jerry from the Leaving the Legacy podcast seems pretty in on that.
I believe it, but Jerry's into a lot of things.
I thought his big thing was putting Emrakul's into play with show and tell.
That's what he does, but I mean, it doesn't mean he's just not into a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like, you're not wrong, but you're wrong.
Yeah. When I first like started looking into Legacy, I was like, I kind of wanted to play Omnitel.
So, like, if you want to play a combo deck that does the same thing over, yes, play Omnitel or even Show and Tell, like, or sorry, Sneak and Show. Like, you know what I mean? Those are like the decks that like they do the same thing repeatedly.
Yeah.
And that's why, and I'm not taking a jab at, you know, Tell players, but you get what I mean. Like, those are the players that want to do the same thing over and over again. Like, that's not my thing.
Yeah, I get that.
That's why I don't play them. And instead, I look for decks to play Drown Lock.
Honestly, if you want to be playing the deck that does the same thing over and over again, the best deck that does that in the format is probably just Reanimator. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, but Sneak and Show is just as bad as Reanimator.
As far as just doing the same thing over and over again.
Oh yeah.
I mean, all the combo decks just do that pretty much, right?
Storm definitely does.
Yeah.
I mean, though, if you think about it, Storm and the way it does things is actually cool.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like Bryant Cook. You know who he is, Josh?
Yeah, I do.
I sat next to him twice yesterday, and watching that man storm off is like watching an artist paint.
I mean,
it's super interesting.
I mean, he's been playing the deck for forever. It's completely.
I mean, yeah, but just like I said, in person, you're right there next, and you get to just watch it
and just watch him do it. Yeah,
and it's a thing. I also got a compliment from him on playing Just Guys.
What did he say? He was like, "Oh, well, that's a thing."
He said, "I hope you top 8 so you can make my cards worth more." And I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Oh, I spec'd on like 60 of those things when they came out."
I mean, to be fair, they are spiking, but not because of Legacy.
Not because of me. But when I was saying cards from Standard making a splash, I mostly meant Drown Watch because, like, you don't even have to play any hand attack, but if you play Thoughtseize, it increases the rate at which it grows.
Yeah.
It grows so fast that, like, it very quickly becomes counter anything in the format. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, like, so let's forget Force of Will exists for a second. What, 2 mana is what you need it to be at 99% of the time?
4.
4?
4 is the highest usually. Unless you count Terminus, and then it's like 6. And like Post is an outlier, so we're not really talking about Post, but
like that's probably the matchup where Drown the Lock's probably at its worst is against Post.
Yeah, because they also don't do anything. But like, if for instance you play against a Control Mirror and you're just grinding and you have like 2 mana open, you're just like Drown the Lock. That's gonna do a lot.
Yeah, no kidding.
Believe it or not, Drown the Lock is gonna do something.
I love how this Post deck is just playing Thespian Stage because of.
I mean,
you just copy a Locust, yeah, or
if you copy one of the posts, it just does more.
Or an Eldrazi Temple, or even an Eye of Ugin. Or if they go to destroy your Eye of Ugin, you can just make a new Eye of Ugin with it. That card's legendary.
Eugene?
Yep.
I mean, Eugene is my friend, Josh. I mean, I don't know.
Well, saying Eye of Ugin.
Yeah, I know. Why are you taking out Eugene's eye? He needs that.
Thank God that card's banned in Modern. Oh my God.
So basically, if you guys want to suggest a deck for tell me a modern deck we should port over.
Or
10 out of 10 will play Scapeshift if someone tells me to.
I think you should even Oko's. Has Oko been around Legacy at all? Did you see any Okos yesterday?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Want to hear a story from Oko? Because it didn't happen to me. I watched it happen to a friend.
Yeah, Oko makes burn bad, right?
So, you know Zach, friend of the cast, friend of the site.
Yeah.
Zach was playing against local player James, another really really good player. James had an Oko with 17 loyalty on it.
Oh dear.
Zach didn't know what to do.
I mean, yeah.
He almost beat it. He died because his opponent had ulted a Renin 6 and was able to cast Force of Will every turn.
I mean, yeah.
But that's the thing, and like everyone's playing Oko in Legacy, like they're splashing for it.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think those two planeswalkers are bad for the format, but like I did not see much Renin 6 yesterday, and I was like that.
I'm really hoping.
I think Renin 6 for the health of the format though was terrible.
I'm really hoping Renin 6 just goes away at some point. Let's be honest.
It might if Wizards ever wants to own up to their mistake.
Yeah, we'll see if they actually do.
Own up to their mistakes?
Yeah, I know, that's crazy, right?
They don't make mistakes. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. Why would they make mistakes?
Oh boy.
Right. Yeah.
What was the next topic? It was Pioneer.
Yeah, moving on to our other. If you want to move on to our other topic,
would you believe me if I said I have not played that much Pioneer?
I believe you.
Yeah, I haven't. I've played like a match on Moto.
I've played more of it hanging out with Curtis on Friday than I have obviously than I have on Moto because I don't have mana traders.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't own the cards for the deck I want to play. Yeah. Or one of the decks I want to play. And so, like, that was my only choice. And I don't even know if that's what I'm going to build. Because like, I'm afraid to build anything good until after they ban something.
They're going to be bans. Like
when?
I don't know when.
So, because you saw the event that I'm kind of interested in, which is at the end of November.
Yeah.
For game nights on the 30th.
Yeah.
Right? I'm excited for that. However, I don't know if I want to build a deck until after bans are done. But obviously, if bans aren't done by then, I have to either choose to A, not play in it, or B, build a deck and go.
Yeah. The only bad thing about that event is I have a feeling that they are determining their future of the format at the shop based on that, and that might not be the best thing for them to do.
I mean, I don't know if they are.
It kind of seems.
You have to try something more than once to be able to get a valid feel for it.
Yeah.
In which I might even try and talk to him. I have something to talk to you about afterwards. Like the next time I go there, which might be soon, I might talk to them about it to see what they're thinking.
Yeah.
Because I'm a friend of the shop. I know the owners. I go there enough, or used to. But I mean, it kind of all just comes down to it, I guess.
Oh my god! Just looking at random Pioneer decks, I found this green-white Dubious Challenge deck with Charming Prince and Tristani Discordant.
Yeah.
So this deck has World Spine Worm.
I forgot that card's legal.
So you get World Spine. So if you get Tristani, if you get anything plus either Charming Prince or Tristani, well, it's actually even better with Tristani because if you get anything plus Charming Prince, like you get the bigger creature. With Tristani, if you get anything plus Tristani, you get them both at the end step. You get them both at end step.
I mean, same thing with the Prince. You get whatever. Because if they choose the Prince, they get nothing.
Yeah.
And if they choose the other one, they get nothing. Like, your Doobies challenge has to hit one of those two.
Yeah, or else you just, like... Because you can... Yeah, because you can choose...
What are their big hits? Like, Ulamog and the 13 mana, or 13/13 Emrakul?
Well, this list just has World's Fine Worm and Galta, but I don't think that's correct. Like, I think they should be playing Emrakul or Ulamog.
I agree.
I think it's a bit loose that they're not playing anything else. However, I'm kind of interested in Nest for control, but like, I don't want to be caught dead playing a control deck until we know what the threats in this format are. You know what I mean? Ryan?
I'm trying to think of like what to say, because it's like, I don't think control is going to be good enough. I really don't.
I
like,
think
that's not me trying to take a shot at it. I just genuinely do not think control.
Do you think the format's just too wide? Like I mean, blue white.
I think Teferi is gonna fuck it.
You think Teferi is gonna fuck it? Like other people?
3 mana Teferi. I think 3 mana Teferi is going to ruin it. The other control decks.
Like other
and
decks.
Counter spells like won't be good. And like if if control decks are good with counter spells, good on them. But like, I don't know. I feel like there's just more powerful things you could be doing in this format.
Yeah. Oh my god, how about this blue-white prison deck with 4 Authority of the Consoles, Blind Obedience, Monastery Siege, Rule of Law, Sigil of the Empty Throne.
Sounds like a Pillow Fort deck.
Yeah, with Sphere of Safety. It's actually kind of hilarious. It has Emergence Zone so you can cast your enchantments on your opponent's end step. It's actually kind of hilarious. I'm gonna save this deck. But yeah, the main reason why I wanted to speak about Pioneer again today is be like, we talked a little bit more. We talked a little bit about what we feel like, the format could be, what we feel like might be decent to try out in the format. But what we wanted to really talk about is what we think, what we're thinking of as, the first place that we're gonna go.
I'm not gonna go the first place I want to go, because I think it's gonna be banned. I'm not going there.
Well, is it cat combo?
It hasn't made any splashes, huh? No, it hasn't made any splashes yet, and I'm a little surprised by that. But I think the minute the Kethis combo catches on, it's just gonna break the floor.
I have a feeling that something's gonna get I have a feeling that either they're gonna see it and go, yeah, that we're taking this out, or it's gonna get what's the word I'm looking for? It's gonna get it's gonna get splash damage by something else.
So like as of right now, I don't think there's anything, because I just don't think, like, for instance, Mox Opal's not really, or sorry, Mox Amber's not. If they ban Emery good for him, I mean, like, the deck can still run weird.
Yeah. I found the 2 places I'm thinking of going, just to start off, are basically Godfarrow's Gift, because like somebody at the shop said this on Friday, and
Godfarrow's Elk.
Well, yeah, I mean Godfarrow's Elk, and I'm not excited for that part. But actually, if you have Hostage Taker in your deck and they elk your Godfarrow's Gift, and you can use it to reset it if you find a way to kill the Hostage Taker.
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
what's up?
Small aside from yesterday at the costume contest, a guy showed up wearing a crown and elk horns.
He's a 3/3 elk.
And he had a giant name tag on, and it said Kenrith, but the Kenrith was crossed out, and underneath it said Elky.
Oh my god.
Just had to share that. I thought of that about when making an Oko joke. I was just like, oh yeah. And my favorite part was when they gave him a microphone to ask him what his costume was. He goes, "Hi, I'm a 3/3 elk."
You know what's my like favorite part of actually the reason like Cathless combo is going to be kind of dumb in Pioneer. You know what you just get to randomly do if you want.
What?
You get to make Bracella. You just get to have both. You just get to have Bruna and Gisela in there as two of the legends as one ofs if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't think it's good enough. I think because here's the thing: I'm a fan of those two. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I think they cost too much. I think the fact that they're 4 mana is fine, but the minute you go to the 7-drop, I think it's too much.
Yeah, I get that.
Because the biggest thing about Kethis combo, especially when it was playable in standard, it didn't ever have an abundance of mana. Like that was never its thing.
Yeah, it just had enough to do its thing, and that's it.
Right, it had enough to get by, and like you'd hit 4 mana and go, "Oh, I can just I can cast X, Y, and Z, and the game's over."
Yeah. Would you just bother with Oath of Kaya?
Yeah. Why not? It's a way to win the game.
The list that I found, I found some different lists of just literally just playing a pile of legendary creatures.
So the places that I actually think I'm going to go.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I'm basically just going to be going to some standard decks that I used to play.
Yeah, that's basically where I'm going.
I'm gonna go to either black-white tokens or green-black aristocrat.
Oh my god, Codex Shredder's actually in this format too.
Yes, it is.
And so is Perpetual Timepiece, which I actually think might be good and get this combo as a miller. Along with Emery, I'm sure Emery plus Kethis means something. Yeah, I mean, like Godfarrow's Gift probably seems like the best way for me to go based on the cards that I already own. Making a 6/6 flying keyword soup, flying Vigilance Lifelink Haste on turn 4 seems like it just might be. It seems fine enough. I also am like experimenting with a couple of. I'm trying to Usually the deck back in the standard day played 16 creatures as its reanimated targets, usually 4 copies of Minister of Inquiries, which is going to get replaced with 4 copies of Merfolk Secret Keeper. Because it's just the same card, just like 4 cards in one shot, instead of play this card, if it untaps and you have energy, you get 3 cards, and you might get 6 cards if you're lucky. And Sacred Cat, which I don't know if that's gonna stay in, but a 4/4 lifelinker might be like fine.
I think you might want to just play a Dorn Pouncer instead.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of, is actually replacing a couple.
Lifelink, like
it's a 4/4 double strike, yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, it just becomes a 4/4 double strike when you bring it back, and that's all the reason why I want to play it. Then you play Champion of Wits because like it gets out of control. Like the card advantage you get out of Champion of Wits is out of control. Like with an Angel of Invention out, you just get to draw 5, discard 2, and like you want to be discarding a couple cards anyway. And then obviously the Angel of Invention. What I've been trying is currently I've been trying uncastable Ashen Riders. Just 3. What?
Trying to play an uncastable thing.
Well, I'm not trying to cast them. I'm trying to put them in the bin so I can grab them back.
Fair.
Instead of a 5/5 flyer that exiles a permanent when it enters and dies, it's a 4/4 flyer that exiles a permanent when it enters and dies, and then you get the occasional feel bad of your opponent stumbling, and you just get to exile their lands to like put them out of it.
I
But
think Anointed Possession's still gonna be super powerful.
I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is.
And that's why I was saying like Black White tokens. I think is where I'm at. But like, if I can get Coco's again, I might just go down the. The only match I've actually played of the format was with Aristocrats, and it felt really good.
Yeah, I might actually be interested in you sending me an Aristocrats list so I can take a look at it.
Although I won't lie, I don't think I added any. I think I just literally rebuilt the old thing, called it a good day.
The Mardu? What colors was it?
It was straight green black. It was an old Aristocrats deck from like Eldritch Moon and Shadows of Innistrad.
Yeah.
And it was a deck that I personally just played a lot.
Yeah. My other idea is Pummeler with Gore-Clan Rampager as your big pump spell, because it just gets to be a threat when you need more threats. But I'm not even sure if that deck's any good. I haven't been testing that deck a super ton, but I'm not even sure if that deck can hang. Let's be honest. It had problems hanging back in the day in Standard, and I'm not sure about how it can hang in a format with more powerful cards. But yeah, we're gonna hopefully, do we have any indication on do you have any indication about when Pioneer is gonna get league results?
When Pioneer is gonna go?
League results.
It should this week, because I know the leagues.
Yeah, cause
So like it should be there.
yeah, so Pioneer Format Challenge was today. So hopefully we'll have some data for that as well. So let's cross our fingers on that one. Yeah, because Magic Online Format challenges every week, and we have the Modern, Vintage, Pioneer, Legacy, and Pauper challenge.
Yeah, we also should get the Pioneer results. Vanifar Cat combo might be the best deck right now.
Oh yeah, I
also just because Cat combo is not fair and like should not be in the goddamn format. You know.
Oh yeah, I don't think it will be.
Story for another day. I just can't fathom that Wizards of the Coast's only ban list was like, we're gonna ban the fetch lands, and it's like, all right. What about the pile of other broken things that are already in this format?
I mean, yeah,
it's all just cool.
I don't think they wanted to go too hard to start. I think
get that, but at the same time, like I feel like you have to be conscious you have and I don't think they're being conscious of it.
I think they wanted to just temper their expectations and like see what kind of level of between answer and ridiculous BS that they had going on before they decided to pull the trigger on any bans. However, yeah, Cat combo needs to go. Probably Marvel needs to be nerfed at least a little bit. Like I feel like Emrakul is probably going to go.
I don't think Marvel's a problem.
We talked about this a little bit last week about how, you know.
Well, so I'm split on Marvel. I'll admit that. I'm not 100% on which way. I'm pretty sure you could convince me either way at this point.
That Marvel needs to go, or that it doesn't need to go.
Right. So on one hand, I get it because, but like, if you keep it in a format with things like Cat Combo and Kethis, I don't think it needs to be banned because there are more powerful things that are killing people faster.
Yeah,
than Marvel ever would.
That's the thing. I don't think those more powerful things are gonna keep being a thing either.
Correct. That's what I'm trying to get at. It's like it's weird, But then it's like if you tell me like, oh, they've banned, oh, well, the Marvel should be banned too because that should not exist.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see Cat this combo eat a ban. Somebody at our shop on Friday said, "Oh, I could see them hitting Godfarrow's gift with a ban," and I'm just like,
Like, that it should.
"What?
But, huh?
What did you say? I didn't hear that last part you said."
The Kansas combo, I'm not saying it shouldn't. I think it's just strong enough that it should. But I don't necessarily want to see it get banned because I feel like it might be the worst combo deck in that, even though it's still extremely good.
Oh yeah, no, I think I don't think they're gonna ban that deck out of existence. I think they're gonna ban Cat combo out of existence, and there's some other stuff that they are gonna ban out of existence. Cat this combo, I don't think they ban out of existence. I think they nerf it enough so it's fair. So like, the reason why I disagreed with that person at our store saying that Godfarrow's gift needs to be banned is there's ways to interact with it. There's ways to stop that from being a thing. Like Godfarrow's gift is a permanent that lays on the battlefield, and then if you're able to interact with your opponent's graveyard, rips in this format. Leyline of the Voids in this format. Like you're fine. Like, and I feel like Kethis is in that realm because people are going to be playing Graveyard Hate, Grafdigger's Cage, Leyline of the Void, Rest in Peace, all of these cards like shut down Kethis combo. Well, you know what these cards don't do? They don't shut down Cat combo. Grafdigger's Cage shuts off getting an Emrakul off of your Marvel, but that's about it.
So here's my question for the banning of. How should they ban it this time?
I honestly think they should ban Saheeli.
See, that's what I think because the thing is, I know why they didn't last time. This is our mythic, and we'd rather ban
the uncommon than the mythic.
But here we are at this stage where, okay, you need to make a decision. You need to ban. Why ban the one that like has more playability in the format?
Yeah.
Because that thing is, at least the cat has other things it can do in the just do the combo.
I mean, because you could just put it in a Flicker deck.
Yeah, it flickers like at worst case, and flickers.
Yeah, it flickers something that Oko elked.
Right.
Unless it do its thing for a turn. Yeah. Like it resets planeswalker. It resets your planeswalker, so you can downtick on your planeswalker, play the cat, and then reset your planeswalker and hit it again, and that's perfectly fair. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with combos that are hard to interact with, and Shock being the only, because like killing the Felidar Guardian, like. Does that do it, or does that just not do it?
What, killing the cat?
Yeah, killing the cat doesn't do it, right? Because then you
have to kill it like in response to everything. Like cat thing is basically.
I mean, I think Saheeli Rai is like an interesting planeswalker. It just it's -2 is kind of degenerate and can do some ridiculous BS. It's minus like Let me see.
Saheeli's ultimate, I think, is just pointless. Like, it's cool, but oh.
Yeah. My question is that if you kill the creature that Saheeli's targeting, if it doesn't work.
I believe since it's a copy, I think so.
I mean, well,
yes, because if you kill the copy or the thing it's copying, there is nothing for it to copy.
Okay.
So therefore, then it can't copy because there's nothing to copy.
Okay.
I remember that this was how we had to stop it back in the day. It was like you had to either stop it doing that, or you had to stop it.
Or you had to shock Saheeli.
Yeah, which happened. Or the other one was you because this of course happened post everything else happening with this stupid deck.
Yep.
The other way you would do things, you would can't believe these words are gonna leave my mouth because they're so bad. You would basically you'd play stupid cards like Authority of the Consuls that would shut it.
Yeah, you can play Authority of the Consuls and then all the cash is entered tap and it doesn't matter.
Authority of the Consuls and shut it down completely, or you'd play
Tammy, what's her face?
oh, there's
a creature
that I remember that I played.
Oh, I can't remember her name now. She's played her 2-mana versions play a lot in Modern.
Oh, Thalia?
Yeah, Thalia. 3-mana Thalia does it.
You know what else did it?
What?
And it was kind of funny.
What?
If you played oh god, the words are like struggling right now.
And
Trespasser's Curse.
Oh yeah, Trespasser's Curse. Yeah.
Deep Josh, we played Trespasser's Curse.
To be fair, if Scapeshift Zombies is a thing, Trespasser's Curse is also a sideboard card for that.
Trespasser's Curse, at least a weird sense, you know?
Yeah.
I just surgical, snap, surgical my opponent.
Gross. I mean, Trespasser's Curse is like the fixed and fair version of Rampaging Ferocidon.
Right. The thing about that card was like you'd randomly win a lot of matches because like your opponent wouldn't know what it did, and you just play it, and they're like, "So what happens?" And you're like, "Oh, every time a creature enters your battlefield, you lose life and gain a life." So then cat combo players would pause because they're like, well, I can't combo right now because I'll die.
Yep, definitely. I mean, I'm interested. Like, they did say they were gonna be aggressive on doing these bans, but like, it says in the interim, as this is a new format, we'll be watching it closely as its inception and banning cards on off-cycle dates. We'll be using Magic Online for data gathering, and we'll be willing to ban cards if they are problematic early on. And the first PTQ is
going to be like monitoring it.
The first PTQ is Friday, so if they're gonna start, they should start soon.
I mean, they might wait until after the PTQ just see what happens. And in a way, I'm fine with that because like it at least lets them monitor the format.
Yeah, at least lets them see what is actually degenerate before they do anything.
Cat combo.
I mean, yeah, cat combo is degenerate. Yeah, we know that. Like we're like, yeah.
We're well aware of it.
I don't think energy's gonna hang. Like, so I think like the main things we're worried about is the combos. Like everything else is everything else that was fair, but kind of like was
everything else just like doesn't matter. It's all just like normal stuff that is
the format's just gonna be everyone playing a combo deck until they do something. I feel like.
Yeah, until they ban something, which I mean, could happen this weekend, could not happen this weekend.
I feel like they have to. Eventually, they have to. I feel like it's sooner rather than later because if they want people to, I feel like if they want people to respect this format, they got to do something. They can't keep it the way that it is. You know what I mean?
So they put because like a lot of people that ban things and change the format. Which I mean, in all honesty, I agree. You know, like I would rather wait until they ban that. Unintentionally the standpoint I'm taking. And that's mostly just because, like, I don't think there's a reason to.
Yeah.
Like, as a person who's become more and more of a combo player, what's the point of building a combo deck?
What's the point of building a combo deck? What?
That's just going to get banned.
I mean, true. Like, there is some level of combo decks that are going to exist in this format, but but you know, the ones that exist right off the bat and that people have been like, be like, oh, this is probably the most degenerate broken thing we can do. You know, that's obviously what's gonna get snuffed first.
Right. And like you said, there are going to be combos, but there's not going to be good.
I mean, I don't think having a I don't think like having a good combo deck in the format is inherently bad for it. I think there's having a broken
I think
combo
that's
deck.
how Wizards looks at things, though. I think Wizards looks at a combo deck that in a format makes it bad, and yet they still let them exist in older formats because, like, for one, they don't care about legacy. Why would they change it?
Yeah.
They care about modern, but there are too many people playing decks like that in modern. But the minute one happens in something like standard, they immediately have to do something about it. And like, obviously, put an asterisk next to that to make sure that it's a good one. Because like, they didn't ban Ral combo, they banned Cat combo.
Yeah, I'm actually.
Again, I think you and I might have been the only people who thought Ral was good. So,
I mean, because it wasn't.
you know what? Hold your tongue, you there.
I mean, it just that there like you had to get 2 copies of a 4 of in your cart in your deck for it to work. I would like to actually try to get this to work in Pioneer because now you have more copies of that and you have double cast. You have so many ways to get that going.
I would like to see some cool decks. I don't know what my wish list for Pioneer is going to be.
Yeah, we'll see what they. I really just want them to make a move so that we have some bands to talk about. Is really what I want. Is really what I want.
I mean, I don't know what format I'm playing on Friday.
I can't. I won't be there.
Working.
I am working. However, oh. Oh.
What?
You should play this and don't actually take me seriously.
Are we talking about standard legacy? Or the
The thing I just sent you.
So honestly, real talk, I've thought about
So what we're
idea. I have been thinking about it.
I don't know. Like I feel like this deck's cute. Like I don't think this deck's good. It's very cute.
Yeah, it's cute, but it might do something. I might do it. I don't know. I'm leaning towards either that or Legacy. But if I play Legacy, I'm probably gonna build like my blue black deck that Zach and I've been working on.
Yeah, I like that idea.
But when I say when we're working on it, like we just talked about adding Astrolabe because Josh had suggested it, and then we've been talking about adding Vantress Gargoyle because I don't know Jace's.
I mean, Astrolabe literally just you get to play Dead of Winter, which is just like, is it better Toxic Deluge because you don't lose life for it?
Yeah, basically.
It's basically just better Toxic Deluge.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I might attempt to build Sultai Godpharaoh's Gift and like hope that they actually run a Pioneer event at some point at Etsy.
I think they're just kind of like giving it a little bit of time.
Yeah, because like I think Michelle knows that like it's just gonna be chaos if she just lets people play it right away.
Well, so I was talking to Matt about something yesterday about like because they were setting up their PTQ.
Yeah.
And he said, "Hey Ryan, question: what format PTQ do you think we should do next?" And I said, "Well, what are the options?" And he goes, "Well, we can pick limited, standard, modern, pioneer." And I paused and I said, "Real talk, you should do pioneer." Reason being, not that I think that it'll be the most popular, but I think it'll be the most interesting and people will actually come. Other than that, do standard because standard usually just fires.
Yeah, that's what it normally is. Yeah.
But I don't know. I think that's what they should do. If they don't, then I don't know what they're gonna do.
I don't know. Like, I think, like, I really want them to. I really want them to make some sort of choice soon.
Like they are. Like you said, they were making the decision as I was talking.
No, like, yeah, yeah. I mean, I really want to see them announce something, and like, I have as far as weekly play, I would like it. I don't know, like what I don't know. We'll like we'll see we'll see what we'll see what comes up. It something needs to be banned probably, and then we'll go from there. But yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully Pioneer actually becomes a great format. Want to play some Legacy, but we'll see if that becomes feasible to actually play.
I mean, hopefully it does. It's a fun format.
Yeah, I have to actually get Curtis to actually bring his goddamn forces to Etsy.
I mean, yes, that would be a part of it.
I've like been asking him to bring the forces with him because I'm almost ready for them, and he still hasn't brought them. So anyway, I think that podcast episode's quite long enough. We shot the shit for like we shot the shit for like an hour about this. Hopefully next week, we'll have some news to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, right now we don't.
What? I
said right now we really don't. Like we talked about, like what's been going on in our personal lives about like magic wise that is, but nothing's really. Nothing fun has been announced. Like they haven't, like brawls around. Want to talk
you mean Oko the format? Because that's what it is on Arena right
real
now.
talk, if you play Nissa on Arena, you don't care about Oko.
Oko
dies.
Just play Nissa Brawl and just play like mono green ramp like what I was doing in Oathbreaker that one time.
Yeah, what do you think I'm doing on Arena right now? And that's why I'm in.
Okay. But yeah, anyway, I think we're good on that. We'll see you guys next week for some more podcasting. We'll have to figure out what day we're actually doing this because it's not happening on Sunday this next week.
What do you have going on Sunday, Josh?
Going to your daughter's birthday party, Ryan.
Oh yeah, no, we ain't doing it Sunday. Fun fact: my daughter's gonna be 1 on Wednesday.
So we ain't recording the podcast on Sunday. We'll figure that out. But anyway,
I mean, real talk, we could do it that night afterwards.
We'll figure it out. I'm not. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, and we'll let you guys know.
And anyways,
until then,
yeah,
stay beautiful.
Yeah, and keep playing. Keep brewing your jank. Yep.
Just all I do is meme. No matter.
That's like your lifestyle. All right.
That's my lifestyle. Leaving Legacy opens.
Yep. All right. Have a good night, guys.
Have a good night. Bye bye.